TV besties, what's good, y'all? What's poppin'? I hope y'all are doing good. Welcome or welcome back to another recap. I'm your girl Ash. If you're new here, as you can see in the title, we're going over love and basketball. Love and basketball. We're going over basketball wives. I really said love and basketball, y'all. We're going over basketball wives, y'all. Episode 16, and man, oh man, is it just getting like it's getting real interesting because first off, like, what is going on with this relationship between Duffy and Brandi? Like, they have been cool for like a very long time, and now something is just like a miss between them two. And it does seem like it's about like Malaysia, because Malaysia does, her and Duffy do have this relationship. They've moved past their beef and are working on trying to get to know each other. So when I do believe it was definitely like planned for the girls like to get together. It was her, Brandi and British, for like this hot steam whatever majig or whatever that they're doing or whatever whatnot. But so they're just sitting down, they're talking, of course, like they're fresh off of Jackie's Ponderosa, and just talk about how that went, how that took place, and basically the bomb that Jennifer dropped on everybody about Malaysia's house being foreclosed on. And so, you know, it's given like, okay, even though what we saw at the first half of the season in regards to how her and Malaysia were doing and growing past, they're still clearly right. It's just a cordial thing, and things probably definitely didn't go any better or get any better when Malaysia asked her, did she basically tell Gennaro about her saying that that he wasn't paying child support or whatever whatnot. Either way, that relationship hasn't gone anywhere. They're cool, they're cordial in a setting, but clearly they're not okay, because when Malaysia, Duffy's just talking about how, they're cool, like they're whatever, thinking she's a cool girl, and, Brandi like throwing shade a little bit to the fact that they are cool, like whatever, 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 and it's given like, are you mad like that they're cool? But it is kind of just like, it does sound like Brandi does feel like that Duffy should have some type of loyalty to her because that is her enemy, or at least was her enemy. And Duffy's like, wait a minute, girl, what? Like, that's your enemy now? Or like, was your enemy? Like, I would see like, she's seeming like as if Brandy's making it more than than what it is or whatever or whatnot. Now at the same time, Brandy does like have her other stuff going on, and very well could feel like because her stuff isn't in order, and then her friend just maybe it's just a like a trail of events specifically. So we know like her husband is like retired or on his way to retirement by now. If he's not, I do believe like he's like already retired by now. And so she supported him in his career. And now that it's, his career is slowing down, it's time to focus on hers per their agreement. And she wants them to, go from Texas to living in LA with her, where her and their son, could be closer. So she's trying to figure out, how she can, work that out without having to actually make him, which sounds like basically, she's going to end up doing. All the while though, she's still like just taking shots at Duffy, at the they have like another event, and was it at the wine event? Yeah, so they do this whole event for British, which we're definitely gonna talk about or whatever or whatnot. And she's basically trying to say that like she's an airhead, and just you're not thinking, and you're friends with her, you were only friends with Malaysia because you were thinking that, or because you wanted us to be back friends, like. And it's like, okay, like what is the issue here? Like, what really is like the issue here? Is Brandi just projecting because like right now her home front life isn't going the way she wants, or is she really like feeling some type of way because like they're really going to be like having some verbal combativeness between them about whatever this situation is, which is panning out to sound like it's about Malaysia. Now British over here is not like catching, a break. She hasn't been telling all the girls, what she was going through, that actually she had been pregnant, and basically, now things are moving, I don't want to say moving further along, but now she's having to now possibly go through situations because of her being on probation. So, when you're on probation, like, you have the probation officer, they're kind of like your mom and dad. They're like who you got to check in, who you got to talk to, when you want to make certain moves or when you want to do things. And apparently, British had made some moves out of town, and she didn't make, her probation officer aware. And her probation officer like, that's in violation, and basically I'm gonna have it so that we can, basically monitor you, and basically you're gonna get like an ankle bracelet. And so, she ends up telling that to Jackie and Jennifer and one more person. Why do I feel like one more person was there? It's just the Brooke or Brandi. One of the well, we know it was of course it was Jackie. She invited British. She invited Duffy, and I want to say she had invited Brandi or whatnot. And so she's just telling them like, this is like really what's all been like going on, like what I haven't been telling you. And so from that they decide to like just do another like event for her, and um get the girls together, everybody except for Malaysia, and they about to go wine tasting. But right literally before they're about to set off to leave, she gets a phone call. And that's basically, I don't know, it sounded like it was probably her probation officer basically saying that, yep, we're going to move on with this, and you're going to get like this ankle bracelet. Like, there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. It's happening. We're going to track you. And she's like, y'all act like what I did was like some type of violent crime or whatever or whatnot. Like, this sucks. That's just tough. And I can get the girls, and because her whole thing is I've been so positive, and I'm so positive. It seems the more positive that I am, it's like the more negative things continue to happen, girl. Feel you on that, been there. And and they want her to like try not to be in that mood, and stay trying to like stay in that positivity. But when you're like that was fresh like right before this event, and it looked like she did do her best to try to just like move past it while they were doing this for her and doing the wine tasting thing. But I can only imagine how that's just sitting with her, and just it whatever they saying, that it basically that she was, what was the charge for again? Like, y'all let me know down in the comments about it. I feel like I want to say it was some type of, I was about to say like a conspiracy, but why can't I figure out like the words or whatever or whatnot? Like, basically, like, was she like dealing with money not properly? Like, what does that mean? I literally have it right on top of my head, and of course I can't even think. But y'all know we got the good old iPad nearby. Now we got to go, and we got to be nosy, and we got to Google. Yes, y'all. So it was like some type of, mid situation with money. So she has 5 felonies, which is wire fraud, bank fraud, making false claims to the IRS, and misuse of Social Security numbers. Wow. 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 And she doesn't really talk much, about it, which, she probably, really can't or whatever or whatnot. And this could literally be her just possibly even just being involved with someone as far as like business, and them not doing wrong. And that's how she who, if y'all just happen to know a little bit more about these charges, definitely drop the tea, let your girl know, let's talk about it. Ultimately, y'all, when it gets to basically the end of this episode, Malaysia is deciding to go ahead and make that decision to go ahead and, move on from Basketball Wives. She tells, Jackie and Duffy, which is, her main and only relationships, with this entire group, who she's cool with, and basically who she's entrusted to say, hey, you know what? I can choose basically not to, deal with these people who just give me nothing but negative vibes. And while, this, obviously could be decent or good money, basically I'm not willing to sell my soul, basically just to even deal with that or whatever or whatnot. So, we'll just say for now, like, Malaysia's good on it, and that part of me feels like that. I think she's really gonna wash her hands with this. I think it's really, she's really at a place where you know, when she's not realizing it's not good for her, regardless of how we see, you know, the situation, you know, or whatever or whatnot. Even with, you know, Jennifer being upset and was the reasoning for spreading this rumor, which, you know, gave her no excuse or whatever or whatnot. But, you know, and of course, everybody still kind of like points their finger at Jackie, you know, that Jackie was running the wrong, that, you know, Jackie basically stirred this up, this whole Ponderosa. You know, obviously, Jackie didn't know the extent of how this goes, but it is kind of like what Malaysia said, like, you just need to be at peace with, you know, everybody's, you know, decisions and where they are and how they want to move forward with relations to everybody. So it's definitely like a moment of, with Malaysia leaving after all of this and everything, I hope that, you know, Jackie can really like see that she got to let these ladies move how they're going to move, you know, when it comes to these relationships, you know, and things like that. So might have things a little bit differently here, y'all. I don't really know. Y'all know. I move on these recaps. Really, it's not. They're more like reactions. That's why I like change like the titles. They're more like reactions to these episodes than recaps and reviews. But nonetheless, I hope you did enjoy it. Please, please, please hit that like button. Drop me down some hearts. Let me know you made it down this far. Purple Hearts exclusive, specifically. I see that next one, y'all.